What's going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it's time for me to review Episode 5 of Dragon Ball Super. Before we get into the review, I just want to remind you guys that I am going to be doing a 100 subscriber Q&A. Obviously, in celebration of gaining 100 subscribers, you guys can ask me about anime and manga, movie, TV, cartoons, video games, music, all kinds of stuff, whatever you want, real life stuff. So if you have a question or a few questions you'd like to ask me, comment down below, leave your questions, and I'll take a bunch of them when I feel like I have enough, and I'll do the video. So anyways, on to the review. So for this episode of Dragon Ball Super, it's kind of a mixed bag, mainly because of the animation. Not that it's god-awful or anything, I'll get into it, but to briefly summarize the episode, because it is a very, 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 very brief summary, it is Goku versus Beerus on King Kai's planet, and at the very end of the episode, King Kai's like, dude, this guy just two-shotted Goku, do not piss him off, he is coming your way. And Vegeta has heard Beerus' name before, which is kind of interesting. And that's literally the entire episode. So as far as the fighting goes, they definitely expanded on it compared to what it was in the Battle of Gods movie. Goku fights him in Super Saiyan for a little while, then Super Saiyan 2 for a little while, and then he goes into Super Saiyan 3. And it's still more expanded upon, but it's similar to what happened in the actual Battle of Gods movie. And it's just kind of lacking, honestly. The Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 combat, the artwork gets really, really shaky. Like, the artwork just looks straight up bad at times, and Beerus just kind of dodges him, but there's no real pizzazz. You know, it's kind of lackluster. There's not a lot going on. It's not super fast-paced. Then he goes Super Saiyan 3, and it gets better. The animation gets upped a bit. Artwork's still shaky, but the animation gets upped, and the fight does conclude when he goes Super Saiyan 3. So it's pretty cool. He fires a couple Kamehameha blasts, but yeah, I've seen this kind of artwork before from Toei Animation. I've seen this, I don't know if it's one guy or a team of guys, but I've seen this really shoddy artwork in One Piece, mainly pre-time skip, honestly, but I've seen that kind of artwork in One Piece where the artwork just looks like crap, but the actual animation is kind of fluid, and I've seen it in Toriko. I don't know who that guy is, but he needs to be fired. Like, the artwork is unacceptably bad, even for a weekly anime. Like, okay, fine, you know, you have that shoddy artwork during Luffy versus Lucci from the CP9 arc, and it's fast-paced, it's fluid, the artwork kind of suffers, but hey, it still looks pretty cool. The stuff in Toriko and the stuff in this episode of Dragon Ball Super aren't like that. They're just poorly drawn, and they lack luster, so I mean, fire the guy, I guess. I don't know, I mean, the Super Saiyan 3 stuff, some of it was cool. Beerus finishing off Goku looked pretty badass. You know, he flicks him on the head, slams his shoulder, slams him into the ground. That all looked really cool. But, yeah, the animation was definitely the weakest part of this episode. The pacing was fairly okay, kind of slow in the beginning, not too bad. And I guess for the overall story progression, Goku got beat. He hasn't been beaten like this since, like, Raditz, and even then the power gap wasn't this massive, so Beerus as a threat is enormous. It really shows the scale of his power. It really shows how outclassed Goku and the rest of everyone are. And with him on his way to his he's on the way to the party, and Vegeta can't piss this guy off. Nobody's allowed to piss him off. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see this guy, who's clearly a hair trigger, fucking fly off the handle kind of character, with very little patience, you know, and still somewhat of a childlike personality, not as childlike as Boo, but still a immature personality to a certain extent, interacting with all these characters that we already know. It's going to be cool. It's going to be interesting to see how they make it different from Battle of Gods, but still. So, I don't know, Goku getting beat, that's great. Him on the way to the party, that's all good. The animation is the big weakness of this episode, but I'd probably still give it a 7.5, no, like a 7 out of 10. I thought it was an okay to good episode of Dragon Ball Super. Not the best I've seen so far, but it was still good enough. I mean, you'd want this to be the best episode so far because we get Goku versus Beerus, but to me, the first two rounds were just lackluster in terms of animation and actual content. Once he went Super Saiyan 3 and he's throwing the punches and Beerus is blocking him and he throws a Kamehameha and it blasts a hole through the planet, that's all cool and shit, but still, yeah, I enjoyed most of the episode, but I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. It's an okay to good episode of I was going to say Yu Yu Hakusho. Whoa, gotta save that. I only gotta do that one more time. It's a 7.5, or a 7 out of 10, excuse me. Okay to good episode of Dragon Ball Super. And yeah, it's really all I have to say about it. It had lacking animation, good content from a storytelling perspective, and it was paced fairly decently. So, pretty much all I have to say. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys think of this episode of Dragon Ball Super in the comments section below. Follow me on Instagram, I post things there sometimes. Give this video a thumbs up, that would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.